You still ain't seen that. Welcome back to Scottish Movies, and it's time for another episode of You Still Ain't Seen That? Yeah, this is the series where I basically say what I've been watching. I've just done about 5 films in this past week or two. And yeah, I'm just going to tell you what I thought of them. So, what was the first thing I watched was, I've been watching another Jaws movie. I've got me one particular Jaws 2, Jaws 3, Jaws Revenge set here. I watched Jaws: The Revenge for the first time. Now, you may have seen on a previous video I watched Jaws 3 for the first time. I watched Jaws: Revenge, which is widely sort of thought of as, I think, as the worst one. I'll be honest, I preferred it to Jaws 3. I thought Jaws 3 was awful. Jaws: The Revenge, it's not a great film, but I got some enjoyment out of it. What that was, I'm not totally sure, but yeah, there was something about it. I don't know. Maybe it was the shark being back in the open water sort of thing, as opposed to being in the in 3D and in the kind of enclosed area. Had obviously Michael Caine in there, and himself a new beach house, and it basically starred Lorraine Gary, I think her name is Alan Brody. So you got basically Brody from the original Jaws movies passed away, and the shark comes and kills one of her sons, and basically thinks he's out for revenge, which is pretty stupid to be fair. But she's basically going up against old Jaws again, and it looks bad. There's some bad acting in it, but yeah, I got some enjoyment out of it. Like I said, I just preferred it to Jaws 3. So yeah, sue me. So yeah, that's Jaws: The Revenge. Next up is a recent movie. I watched Borderlands. Now this is based on a video game, which when I watched this, I'd never actually played the video game. I actually saw this movie was coming out, and picked up a PlayStation 4 version of the Borderlands game, thinking that it might increase in value, like they were saying the way the Fallout games did. But obviously Borderlands flopped, and that idea went down the toilet. But yeah, what did I think of the film? So yeah, it's got a lot of hate, this film. Having not really played the games, I just went into it being a sort of a sci-fi film, really. Kind of Guardians of the Galaxy meets, I don't know, Suicide Squad in space or something. I don't know. And I didn't actually mind it for what it was. It's got a lot of problems. It's got a lot of casting issues, I think. Kevin Hart's very miscast. He's like normally like the sort of a comic relief, and he's kind of straight in this film. You got Jack Black as the voice of Claptrap. It's like a little robot thing, which it could get a bit annoying. I thought what's her name, Kate Blanchett was good. Jamie Lee Curtis was all right, but yeah. Overall, though, it's kind of a space film. I thought it looked good. The sort of the planet and the way it looks in general, I thought was pretty good. And there's not much of a story we've not really seen before there, but just for what it was, I quite enjoyed it for a little sort of sort of sci-fi action movie. Really, I didn't just take it too seriously. I wasn't expecting a lot, and yeah, it was all right. I won't watch it again tomorrow, but yeah, I've seen a lot worse video game movies. Put it that way. So yeah, that was Borderlands. Uh, Next up is a movie I have seen before. In fact, these next three, I'll be honest, I have seen them all before, but it's been well over 20 years since I've seen them. Well, at least these next two. I picked up the indicator release of Guest House Paradiso with Adrian Edmondson and Rick Mayall. This is basically like the kind of the bottom of the movie. Um, yeah, when this film first came out, I'm a huge Bond fan, and yeah, it was disappointing me. Uh, yeah, I enjoyed it, but I was disappointed. I've grown to kind of like this movie more over the years. It has still been probably at least probably 20 years since I've seen it, but yeah, I did really enjoy it. Did make me laugh. I'm not a fan of the ending. I thought the ending. I think at the time I thought the ending was a bit naff, and that's the opinion's not really changed for me. But yeah, it's quite a funny film, and it's worth checking out. It also stars Bill Nighy's in there and Simon Pegg, sort of reunited from Shaun of the Dead. There, well, this was filmed before Shaun of the Dead, but you know what I mean. And yeah, it's a laugh. I will say one thing though: this release, this syndicate release, is very, very good. It's got loads of special features. I did watch a uh, interview on there from with Simon Pegg, which was filmed. I think, obviously, I know it's filmed for this release, but it's filmed definitely in the last few years, where he basically sort of says how he's kind of um, making this film. Um, what sort of said as a sort of one of his ambitions, which was uh, to basically work with Rick Mayall and Edmondson. Obviously, they were like comedy legends, and he was a sort of up and comer. And he said it was absolutely fantastic to work with him. And yeah, and then obviously he went on to do Star Trek, and he went on to do Star Wars. So he's done pretty well, to be fair. Obviously I know he's a big sci-fi fan, and he was happy to do those films as well. So yeah, but yeah, this definitely worth picking this up. It's got a nice booklet in there as well, big thick booklet with loads of information about the film and some pictures and everything. So yeah, well yeah, film worth checking out. Really enjoyed it. Next film is another release from just this past week that I picked up, and I watched Orca the Killer Whale. Now I did say on the unboxing of this was a film that I watched sort of growing up. I say growing up. This was from 1977. So what? When did I watch this? Maybe early 80s. I don't think it was. I was maybe about 10 or something. So yeah, maybe a couple of years after it was released. I don't really know for sure, but I definitely watched this as a kid, and it used to terrify me this as a kid. Probably, obviously up there with Jaws, just scaring me at my age, kind of thing. Alongside the boat scene in Jaws, which I'm sure you all know what I'm talking about. I say the boat scene under the sea, where the head pops out. Yeah. And there's a scene in this, there's a couple of scenes in this film actually. One with the pregnant whale, and which is a bit grim, and also there's a scene where with the girl with a broken leg that kind of gets attacked. That always stuck in my memory. Watching it on this rewatch, it didn't seem that bad, but yeah, it horrified me as a kid. Well, yeah, I really enjoyed this film. I think Richard Harris is very good. And yeah, he kind of basically he's out looking for sharks, and he accidentally sort of kills this pregnant whale basically, and the other whale comes out looking for revenge. A bit like Jaws of Revenge, but better. Yeah, with whales. But yeah, this is another great set as well. This comes with some art cards, and yeah, it's worth picking up. Lovely, lovely slipcover. But yeah, Hawk the Killer Whale. I enjoyed this back in the day, and yeah, still enjoy it now. Happy to pick it up. Like I said, I've done years since I've seen that film. And the last one is a film. I'll be honest, hold my hands up. I have seen this plenty of times. I've probably seen this. I probably watched this last year, to be fair. But I watched it with the new movie coming out, and I watched 4K of Beetlejuice. Yeah, I love Beetlejuice. Tim Burton, Michael Keaton, Winona Ryder, Gina Davis. Who else? Alec Baldwin. Yeah, it's a great comedy from the 80s. It's 80s. I love the 80s stuff. I've always enjoyed this film. I don't know what it's about. It's very odd, but I just love it, and can't wait for the new movie to come out. It's one of them. Is it going to be a disappointment? You know, like most sequels made years later are, or is it going to be like, AKA something like Coming to America, or is it going to be like a Top Gun Maverick? I don't know. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it either way, and yeah, this 4K is great. I did notice something on this actually, which I'd not noticed before. This 4K on the, presumably on the Blu-ray, has actually got some episodes from the animated Beetlejuice series, which I've never seen, so I need to be checking them out actually. Yeah, I didn't know they were on there, so yeah, I look forward to checking them out for the first time as well. But yeah, Beetlejuice is an 80s classic. If you've not seen Beetlejuice, check it out. It's just a cool, dark comedy from Tim Burton. I'm not a massive Tim Burton fan, but this is probably my favourite Tim Burton film. But yeah, Beetlejuice, check it out. And yeah, that is it for what I watched in this past week or so. So only 2 actual films I've not seen, but like I said, a couple there that I've not seen in. Well, I've not seen Orca in probably about 40 years at least. So yeah. So comment down below if you've seen any of these films and what you thought of them. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you soon for some more movie watching. Bye, guys.